This is actually really hard to talk about. A couple of years ago, I made a huge mistake. I got into analog. And ever since, I've been on a mission to find my perfect analog chain. It's been rough, it's been a long time coming, but I think I got it. Today, I want to show you that chain. I want to talk about the pieces of gear that I have in the chain. I want to show you a couple of examples of why I have those pieces in the chain. Yeah, I'm happy. It's finally, let's call it done for now. Let's go. This is the analog chain. This chain has 4 different components. We have the converters, a B16 and a dangerous 80+. Then we have the mastering console section with the VSM2 and the Dutch.Audio insert machine. Then we have, let's call it the dirty side with a Phoenix and a massive passive, and then the clean side, MUSEQ, Mpressor and NVELOPE. Now I want to talk about all the pieces that I have in the chain and why I have them. I'm not going to talk about the converters because they are just converters. Really important for the sound, but they do nothing else. So the brain of this setup, the VSM2 and the Dutch.Audio insert machine. This is a recent piece, I just got it yesterday. The VSM2 has 2 different sections, the saturation, and then we have the console, let's call it, or mastering section with the 2 inserts, the input and the output. In these 2 inserts, I have the Dutch.Audio insert machine. In the Dutch.Audio insert machine, I have the gear. On the first section, I have the Phoenix and the massive passive. On the next section, I have the Elysia stuff. I have the option to engage all the units from here without having to reach out for the individual bypass. Sometimes that just takes time. It takes me out of the sweet spot. So having the ability to control all the gear with the 4 buttons is amazing. Sometimes I like using an EQ before a compressor, sometimes I like using the other way around. For example, on this section, first insert is the Phoenix, second insert massive passive, Phoenix, massive passive, massive passive, Phoenix. So I have the ability to change the position. A lot of flexibility, insane what I can do with the VSM that has mid-side, left-right, parallel processing and the insert machine. This is a fully fledged mastering grade console that I have at my disposal. Thermionic Culture Phoenix. This is a piece that I was interested for a really long time. It's a Vertigo compressor. I love Vertigo. I had a star level. I have the 176 from Retro. Back in the days, the Tegeler Vertigo compressor. This is a compressor that can do clean compression or that can add a lot of character. Massive passive, one of the most versatile EQs. This is the dirty side of things. I can add flavor, I can add tube character, and with the saturation section on the VSM, I think that I can add any type of saturation that I want. On the clean side, we have the MUSEQ, Mpressor, NVELOPE, and that is inserted in the first insert. I have it like that because I love using parallel compression and I love using the envelope in parallel. Now I want to show you what I can do with this setup in terms of flexibility. This is not a sound demo. This is not to showcase how this entire setup sounds, just what I can do with it. Let me show you how the insert machine works first. I have a basic drum loop inside the Studio One. On the VSM, I have the insert 1 and insert 2 on left-right, so they are engaged. Right now, I am sending signal to the insert machine. With a push of a button, I can engage all the gear. Number one is the Phoenix. Number two is the Massive Passive. And now I can switch the order between the two. Massive Passive first into the Phoenix. Same thing with the clean side of things. Insert number 3 is the MUSEQ. Insert 4, Mpressor into envelope. I have it like that chained because I can achieve great sounds with the two units paired together. Same thing, I can swap the chain. On insert 1 on the VSM we have parallel capabilities. Just like this we can engage the parallel chain. As you can hear, I have the envelope with some extreme settings. Cutting the attack, adding sustain. Now I can engage the parallel on the VSM. And just like that, I have parallel processing on the envelope. Let's say that I want to do the opposite. I want to add more attack to this drum loop. Just like this, engaging the parallel compression. Amazing capabilities with this combination. The Mpressor with the envelope, I can shape any type of sound, from percussive sounds like drums to other instruments. Insert 1 with the clean stuff, great on parallel processing, great on drums, great on percussive stuff, guitars and things like that. Another thing that I can do in terms of versatility is to use insert 1 in mid-side. For example, I can put the envelope in mid-side. I can add more sustain to the sides, bringing up the room, the reverb in this drum loop. And adding more punch to the mid, the kick, the snare. And put this mid-side processing in parallel. Really flexible. I can A/B the entire processing on the Dutch instant machine. With the push of a switch. Impressive, especially when I have two different machines in the chain. Let's add, for example, the Phoenix. Plenty of options to use when it comes to bypassing the processing. I can bypass individual units. I can bypass individual units with the insert machine. I can bypass the inserts. I can bypass everything from the VSM. A lot of flexibility when it comes to hearing exactly what you want. For example, if I add some saturation with the VSM, I want to bypass the processing on the Phoenix and on the envelope without bypassing the saturation. I can do that with the switcher. If If I want to bypass the entire processing, the compression, the EQ, and the saturation on the VSM, I can just use the global system bypass on the VSM2. Another great thing about this setup is that I can A/B between gear really easy. I can choose the correct gear that I want to use for the material. Let's say that on this drum loop I want to add some top end and some bottom. I have the massive passive that can do that, and I also have the MUSEQ as an EQ. This is the drum loop with the massive passive. This is the drum loop with the MUSEQ. Now I can use the switches to see exactly what EQ works best. I have one engaged, one disengaged. Just like that, A/Bing between two EQs or even two compressors. Let's say that we want to compare the compressors. I have some random settings on the Mpressor, and I have the Thermionic. Now I can just A/B the two by pushing the buttons on the insert machine. Simple as that. It lifts all the gear that I have to the next level. Mid-side capabilities on the Thermionic, mid-side on the Manley, mid-side on everything. I have the ability to listen to the sides, or I have the ability to listen to the mid. I have the ability with the VSM to correct a couple of issues that can arise when mixing or when mastering. For example, sometimes you get a master that's not well balanced in terms of panning. I can correct that on the output. Or I can correct that with insert. So you can clearly see how versatile this entire setup is. This is something that I wanted to achieve. I wanted a chain that can be used when mixing, two-bus processing, for example, stem processing, vocal processing, because the Thermionic is an amazing vocal compressor. Same goes for the Mpressor. Process two sets of vocals, actually, one on the left side, one on the right side of the chain. When it comes to mastering, I have the VSM to fix problems and to help me control everything from the input, output, left, right, mid-side. With insert 2, when I have it in mid-side, I can enhance the stereo image, can control how wide or how narrow something sounds. Saturation, again, I can do mid-side processing there. This is my dream setup: clean EQ, clean compression, colored EQ, colored compression, and I wanted to have the ability to make crazy decisions like this. Mid-side, ability to swap order, everything is analog, quality cables, quality gear. So this was just a quick overview of the analog chain that I have right now. I know that this video barely scratches the surface. I will have more in-depth videos with real-life examples of how I use the chain in mastering, mixing, vocal processing, and all that good stuff. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I really want to say thank you for your support, and see you guys really, really soon. Cheers.